Welcome inside the DC Everest Fieldhouse. Boys high school basketball on a Friday night. Cold and a little icy outside. We've got a hot one this evening. It's DC Everest against Marshfield. An intriguing game. I'm Chris Conley, and let's give you a preview as we're about 5 minutes away from the opening tap. Marshfield comes in. They're the defending Valley Conference champions, and their record's a little deceiving. They're 2-4. But Marshfield's played a very difficult non-conference schedule, so they've got a couple of losses on there, including when last seen against Kimberly, a really tough program. These teams do have a common opponent, too. They both played Eau Claire Memorial. Evergreens won that on a Marcus Hall basket, 2 points better with 10 seconds left. And Marshfield came up 2 points short against the Old A's. Both teams have played one game in conference. Marshfield has a win over Wisconsin Rapids. Evergreens took care of their business against Wausau East. And both of those opponents are probably going to be towards the bottom of the Valley Conference standings before this season is done. So this is the defending champion, Marshfield Tigers, with a lot of seniors back from last year's team, and the DC Everest Evergreens, who come in thinking that they are the best team this year in the conference. Talk a little bit about Marcus Hall's exploits, because that's where the Evergreens kind of start and finish. I mean, this is a seventh game into the season. Marcus is still averaging 30 points a game. In fact, he's only been held below 30 once this year. And Marcus is also the leading rebounder and the leading assists player in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. So Marcus hasn't saved any of these stat categories for anybody else. Tell you this, Luke Lemoyne, senior for the Tigers, he's had big games out of conference and will look to build on that. I think, if anything, because the weather hasn't been all that good, I mean, you would think this would be a packed and loud gym. The crowd may be just a little bit smaller than it might otherwise be. As some of our fans make the calculation, do we want to stay home and enjoy the Zaleski Sports Feed? Maybe get the wood stove or fireplace going and enjoy some hot chocolate. If that's your decision, can't blame you at all. We welcome all of our Marshfield fans, big Zaleski Sports program, and our DC Everest fans as well. This should be an entertaining game tonight. We're sponsored by Ag Country Farm Credit Services, a farmer-owned co-op with a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Loans and leases to crop insurance, tax and records, they have you covered. Ag Country Farm Credit Services in Wausau, Stevens Point, Marshfield, and Medford. Evergreens wear their home whites, green numerals. Marshfield in the road black with the orange numbers and trim. We'll meet the starting lineups. We'll hear the national anthem, and then the opening tap between DC Everest and Marshfield next on Zaleski Sports.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium, company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
Welcome back to the DC Everest Fieldhouse. Shoot-arounds complete. Teams are on their benches, and the Evergreens are coming across the foul line for the national anthem. Our student musicians is the Northwoods Marching Band, that's DC Everest Marchers, and student musicians from other neighboring schools who are off to the Rose Bowl for New Year's Day. They'll march in the Tournament of Roses parade. Considering the temperatures next week, we're going to have highs in the teens. A trip to Pasadena sounds just fine, doesn't it? Sure does. Crowd at the DC Everest Fieldhouse will come to their feet. We'll get the sportsmanship announcement and have our national anthem. Interesting game tonight, because I think the two teams in the Valley that could put a loss on the Evergreens in league play is tonight's opponent, Marshfield, and maybe Spash. And look at that. Those are the next two games up for the Evergreens tonight. Tigers this evening, and then Tuesday on the road over at the Spash Fieldhouse. And by the way, that game Tuesday night is also on our Zaleski Sports schedule. Now down to courtside, the national anthem. Yeah, our Zaleski Sports cameras and microphones will be seeing the DC Everest boys basketball team a lot between now and the start of Christmas break 6 days away. This game tonight against the Marshfield Tigers, on the road Tuesday against Spash, and then on the road Thursday we'll head way up north for the game against Rhinelander. There's Luke Lemoyne being introduced to the crowd as the Marshfield starters come out. Braxton Kurth, Brooks Hinson, there's Marcus Nevy and Owen Hansen. Yeah, Marshfield's an experienced team, so there's a lot of times they'll have 4, maybe even 5 seniors on. Evergreen starters, Connor McFarland, Colin Ebersol. There's Mr. Basketball, Marcus Hall, coming out now. Cohen Preby and Casey Studeman. We're sponsored tonight by Heartland Farms. Nobody knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms. Roots in Amherst, now based in Hancock. It's a 5th-generation potato and vegetable farm producing many varieties of chipping potatoes. They're currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. Learn more about the best in the potato business. Heartland.farm. That's Heartland.farm. Evergreen's a little late coming off the bench. Now we meet at the center circle. Luke Lemoyne against Marcus Hall. Best on best for the opening jump. Hall's got a couple of inches of height advantage. Evergreen's move to the left at our Zaleski Sports feed. Tigers to the right. Whistle sounds, ready for basketball. Let's light this candle. Evergreens control the opening tap. Hall will be a shooting forward in this set, and he's got his first touch. Marshfield shows man-to-man. Out on the wing, this is McFarland, who can pop the 3. Now Marcus Hall off a screen, double team, so goes back out. Open for the 3, round and out. McFarland loose in the corner, out of bounds. That's to the Tigers. Hall thought that went off the Marshfield defender. No call there. Thought that Owen Hansen may have touched it last. So the Evergreens empty on a miss their first time down the floor. Let's see what the Tigers can do with the rock. Neve, Hinson, and now Braxton Kurth. And Luke Lemoyne's over on the weak side, roaming, waiting for the ball, almost turned over. Here's Lemoyne's first touch, and Marcus Hall guards him, so that'll be an interesting matchup tonight. Best on best for the opening jump, and it looks like that's the defensive matchup for the Evergreens when the Tigers possess. It's been a long possession. Evergreen's defense been tight man-to-man. Yeah, the Tigers are struggling getting in. Wow, an extra step there, and he scores. Neve took 1, 2, 3 steps to the basket and gets it in off the glass. 2-0 Tigers. Evergreens walk it up. This is Preby over to Hall. Now to the wing, McFarland. Entry pass down low. Studeman goes back out. So 2 minutes in after that Marshfield long possession, but they got points off of it. Hall drives in, double team, extra pass, and scores. Yeah, Hall dishes off a lot of assists. He found Ebersol there because Hall knows he'll get double teamed when he drives to the basket, and he's looking for someone sliding to the low blocks, and he found Ebersol that time. Tied 2 apiece. Tigers almost knocked away from behind. Lemoyne, corner, Hall on him, cut off, spinning. That's a tough shot and rounding out, no good. Out of bounds off the Tigers. Everest ball. Brought to you by Crystal Finishing Systems, a family-owned business hiring for their Weston and Mosinee locations with openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, and customer service. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com. Marshfield was going to show full court press. They back off for just token pressure. McFarland's got it. Preby open for a 3 high, arcing, good. Got to play him tighter than that, right? 5-3 Evergreens on the hit from behind the arc. Yeah, defense was too soft. Driving in, cut off is Kurth. Back out to Lemoyne. Yeah, you know, Lemoyne could be in for a tough night with Hall on him. Off a screen, the 3 is good for Brooks Hinson. Screen was effective. Hinson got a good look, and the teams have traded makes from behind the three-point arc. 15 minutes to go first half. This is McFarland. Hall set a screen for him. McFarland cut off. McFarland gets the ball back. There's Preby. Almost stolen on the pass to Hall. Hall on the overplay, switches, drives in, contact, and he scores. That's the right call, even though it looked like Hall initiated the contact. The defensive player was moving and didn't have his feet set. So Marcus Hall gets his first points of the night, and to the free throw line he goes too. Foul is on Lemoyne, so that means Lemoyne is guarding Hall too when the Evergreens have the ball. So the matchup, the game within the game. Hall, excellent free throw shooter, got it. So Hall is in the scorer's column, and it's 8-5 Everest. 14.5 to play. Evergreens are looking to trap defensively. Marshfield's got to get this across the timeline. Stolen turnover to the rim, and missing at the rim is the sophomore Studeman. Evergreens again looking to trap. Breaking that is Kurth, extra pass. Marshfield should bring this out and reset. Instead, they're pushing and now go back out. Neve. And Marshfield will play this from the perimeter. Baseline, stepped on the end line. Turned over to the Evergreens. Off the turnover, Marshfield sets up full court pressure. Marcus Hall. Cool customer. And, you know, Marcus, when he goes on to play college, he's going to be handling the ball a lot. I mean, Marcus could be a guard at the college level. Not big enough to be a forward for Division I, so ball handling, that's going to count. Marcus Hall drives in, a lot of traffic. Kick out, 3, no good. Offensive rebound, missing at the rim is Ebersol, and the Tigers clear the boards. Braxton Kurth. Couple of looks, no basket, driving to the rim and scoring. Luke Lemoyne gets himself into the scorer's column, 1-point game. Preby will bring this up for the Evergreens. Hinson guards him. Along the baseline, McFarland goes back out. Screen here. Now Preby was open, doesn't take the shot, and he's raked as he goes to the rim. Non-shooting foul. Marcus Neve is called. His first, team second. Evergreens inbound underneath at the 13-minute mark. Preby in the corner. Back out to Marcus Hall. Hall will direct traffic on this set. Hall gets it back, splits defenders, pulls up. Wow, got his man up into the air and usually tries to lower the shoulder and get to the rim. Hall goes back out. The Evergreens still have the ball, but they'll reset. Ebersold. Easy to identify. Ebersold's got the tennis ball yellow basketball shoes. Someone told him that was a good look. Maybe. Looking for Hall down low. No, that's a pass through the lane to Casey Studeman, who missed earlier, but not that time. 10-7 Everest. Again, early in this game, we've seen some pretty long possessions that have still led to points. Lemoyne, now Studeman's on him, so that should be a favorable matchup for the Tigers, and instead, a more difficult fadeaway shot. Nevy hits. Back to a 1-point game. 12 minutes to go, first half. Evergreens with the ball, and a 10-9 lead. Here's Marcus Hall. Preby on a screen. That's a long two and a difficult shot. Pinballs around. Evergreens get it back. Ebersold, and the Evergreens will reset. McFarland, open three. Good! Second chance tray for Connor McFarland. 13-9. So the Evergreens have been pretty good from behind the arc in the early stages. Here's Neve. Extra pass off the Evergreens. No, that fouled the Tigers out of play. They're going to say off Owen Hansen. It's Marshfield's third turnover in the early going, and the Evergreens get the ball right back. Here we are 7 minutes into the game. The Evergreens have not turned the ball over. Positive trend there. One of the keys to victory against an evenly matched opponent. Hall splits defenders. Extra pass. Yeah, double team over to Marcus Hall. And Casey Studeman is free on the weak side for an easy basket. So, I mean, Hall only has 3 points, but he's dished out 3 assists. Nevy, a lot of traffic, no whistle, a lot of contact, too. Nevy was coming in hot and was out of control. That's why it's a no call. Hall to the rim, scores. Marshfield needs a timeout as the Evergreens have opened up a 17-9 lead. We'll take a break, too. 10:35 to play in the first half on Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Welcome back. I'm Chris Conley. Tigers get the ball after the timeout as the Evergreens have opened up an 8-point lead, the largest of the night. It's early. 10.5 to go until halftime. But, I mean, this is the prototype of how the Evergreens want to win. Marcus Hall's getting his points, but he's dishing out a lot of assists. This is a nice sequence. Feed down low. Owen Hansen. So points out of the timeout for the Tigers. It's what you want to see. You call the 30-second timeout, draw something up on the whiteboard, and well executed there. Marcus Hall, extra pass, cutter in the lane, maybe a travel, no call. The Evergreens get it back, and the Evergreens feed down low to Studeman again. That's a 4th assist for Marcus Hall, and Studeman now has 6 to lead all scorers. And Evergreens will trap defensively out of this set. Landon Lee came in for the Tigers during the timeout, just got his first touch a moment ago. And Lee again. Across to Lemoyne, pulls up, foul line extended, fading away, and he hit it anyway. Kind of forced that shot, but it goes down regardless. Lemoyne's second make. 9.5 to go in the first half. McFarland picks up his dribble for a moment, gets it over to Hall. Hall's directing traffic. Hall sees the court well. Got the screen, got the double team. And over to McFarland again. Low block, Studeman back out. Thinking about that three is McFarland, but didn't have a lot of separation, so doesn't fire. Studeman low blocks back out. McFarland's got the open look now, round and out, halfway down the cylinder and wouldn't fall. Marshfield's been doing a pretty good job on the offensive glass. The Evergreens got a couple of second chance looks earlier in the game, and that's been tightened up. That's Landon Lee off the bench with the drive in the basket. What had been an 8-point lead halved to 4 right now, with 8.5 to go until halftime. Set a screen up high for Hall, makes an extra pass, back out. Studeman in traffic, he traveled. Yeah, you know what? The timeout from the Tigers came at just the right time. They've scored a couple of baskets. They get a turnover here. The Tigers can make this a one-possession game. Here's Lee. Got McFarland on him. Lemoyne looks to drive. Foul line extended. Lemoyne missed that one. Hit his last, missed that one, and Cohen Preby gets the rebound for the Evergreens at the 8-minute mark in the first half. Colin Ebersol now back to McFarland. Again, has Marcus Hall gone off in this first half? No, he hasn't, but he sure has been a presence because he's been spreading the ball around. Marcus has been a good distributor. Tigers defense is tight here. To Hall, got the double team, goes back out. Ebersol, 3, good. A 5th assist for Marcus Hall. Ebersol now has 8. It's a big basket. Just when you thought Marshfield was going to get closer, the Evergreens hit from behind the arc. Stretch that lead back out to 7 at the 7.5-minute mark in the first half. Neve now. And over to Brooks Hinson. Lemoyne roams on the far side. He cuts down low. Hall's on him to the rim. Too strong. Rebound to the Evergreens. One and done. Studeman clears the boards. Marcus Hall walks it up. Neve is on him. Set a screen for him way up high, and there's a foul. I think this foul's going to be on Owen Hansen. It is. That's the third team foul against Marshfield. The Evergreens have not had a foul called on them. And here we are beyond the midway point of the first half. Hansen goes out high, arcing to Hall underneath. That went off his hands. No, knocked out by Neve. Not far from the Tigers bench, who kind of disagreed with the call. Evergreens will inbound underneath. We're sponsored by Stewart Optical at Union Station, Wausau for your eye care and eyewear needs. Hall, pass down low and back out. Cohen Preby, good. Evergreens are hot from behind the arc. And now it's a 10-point lead. Stewart Optical's open 5 days a week with monthly specials and instant savings on contact lenses. Most insurance plans are accepted. Stewart Optical. Does Marshfield have an answer for a 3? Round and no good. Tigers get an offensive rebound. Open for a 3. Here is Lemoyne. He hits that one. Luke Lemoyne now has 7. Tigers kind of needed that answer. I think Marshfield is fine. They want to keep this a single-digit lead by halftime. Down at the feet of Preby, so the Evergreens save the possession. I don't think the Evergreens have... No, they haven't. Evergreens have not substituted in this first half. Reach in, a foul on the Tigers. Landon Lee, his first, team's 4th, non-shooting. Marcus Hall. Neve is on him, no separation, so no shot. Marcus gets it back. Set a screen for him. The double team rolls up, so Marcus to the side. Studeman scores. 6 assists for Hall, and Studeman has been the beneficiary of 3 of those. He's got 8 points. Evergreens by 9. Reach in. First foul on the Evergreens there on Colin Ebersol. Basketball is brought to you by Fleet Farm. Crazy low pricing on toys at Fleet Farm. Right now, save up to 50% on all toys. Top brands, Melissa & Doug, Barbie, Lego, and Nerf. And you always get the lowest prices with the Fleet Farm Price Match Guarantee. See the store for details or online at fleetfarm.com. Owen Sayol in, Connor McFarlane out. Again, first sub for the Evergreens at the 5.5-minute mark in the first period. So not a deep bench for Everest tonight. Tigers with the ball, but they're trailing by 9. Lemoyne Lee rotating down low. That shot's got to go up right away from Hinson. Got a foul and a basket on the weak side. So the extra pass gets Marshfield a chance to complete a 3-point play. Foul is on Casey Studeman. Basket for Sam Meverden, who just came into the game. His first points and a free throw coming up. Brought to you by Purple Mountain Solutions, your business's go-to for public and private warehousing and product delivery. Whatever it is you're shipping, you can depend on Purple Mountain Solutions to get it there safely and efficiently. Meverden hits the free throw, 6-point game, 5 minutes to go first half. Evergreens solve it 2-on-1 if they hurry, and the Evergreens back this back out. Had numbers for a moment. Everest does not force the issue. Hall with the ball. High screen for him, double team. To the corner. Marshfield player up in the air. Evergreens bring it back and reset. That's smart. Got the lead so you can work for the shot you want. Under 5 to play in the first half. Ebersol. You know what? Neve's done a good job on Marcus Hall. Hall, high dribble, foul line extended, cut off, forces to the rim, free throws coming up. I'm going to say that Marcus was hit on the arm or the elbow, and the Marshfield coach had better take a seat. That referee ignored him and then gave him the sideways look, like that's enough. Meverden is called for the foul. His first, team's 5th. Marcus gets 2 free throws. Basketball tonight's brought to you by Sutton Transport in Weston, a local family-owned trucking company specializing in next-day LTL delivery and national volume LTL services. Rest assured of getting your freight to its destination safely and timely. Sutton Transport in Weston is fueled by 40 years of great service and a personal touch. Marcus Hall gets 1 of 2 and is 3 of 4 from the line tonight. 28-21, 4.5 to go until halftime. Sure feels like a game again that's going to be decided in the second half. Luke Lemoyne just got a touch. He's got 7. Lemoyne's got it back. Hall flashed out to guard him. Lemoyne here off a screen. Had a little more separation and didn't pop the 3. Neve, tough shot backwards. Good. Fading away. You know, you'd always like your players to be moving towards. You have more strength and you get a better shot when you're moving towards the rim instead of away from it. You give away your height. You give away your rebounding opportunity. No matter. Marcus scored anyhow. 5-point game. Evergreens have led by as many as 10. Marcus Hall here. Hall looks to drive in, double teamed here. He's in the lane. He fades backwards. Marcus Hall hits it. So you don't want to be fading backwards, right? Until Marcus Hall does. So he is now up to 8 for the night. Marcus and Marcus with baskets the last times down the floor. To the wing, no look down low, and the Evergreens double team turns that ball over. Marshfield pleading for a reach in. Instead, the double team paid dividends. Marshfield's 4th turnover. Marcus Hall here stripped. Tigers ahead. Basket, a miss at the rim from Brooks Hinson. Tigers needed that and come away empty. 3 minutes to go in the first half. For those here at the field house, the dance team will entertain. Hall got his man up in the air, drives in, may have taken an extra step, and the Evergreens have turned it over. Tigers with a chance to inch a little closer. 3 ball on a quick release. Good. Brooks Hinson, his second 3 of the half. 4-point lead now. Yeah, the Evergreens are going to feel not so good about this first half if they don't have a lead at halftime. The Evergreens have led almost the entire way. Hall wasn't really expecting that pass. Foul line extended. Studeman almost lost the handle. 4-point game, and the Tigers would really like to tighten up the defense for this possession. Ebersol looks to drive in. Cut off, foul line extended. Gives it over to Preby. And Owen Sales. Sales been on the floor for an extended period of time. And Marcus Hall roams along the baseline. Now flashes out on the near side wing, but they can't get the ball to Hall. Yeah, this has been a good defensive set for the Tigers. Evergreens have had to work hard for anything that even remotely looks like a reasonable look at the hoop here. Ebersol comes out. You know what, maybe the Evergreens would want to use a timeout. This is a tough defensive set. You can draw something up here. Spinning, losing the ball. Yeah, you see the timeout was a good idea, wasn't it? Tigers other way. Nevi misses. A lot of contact. No whistle. Out of bounds on the Evergreens. And the Evergreens are going to get Connor McFarlane in. Cohen Preby will go out. Looks like neither team will reach the bonus. On the baseline, Lemoyne, he's bodied up, and he scores, and he's fouled too. Bump with the body, so this is a legitimate call. Owen Sayol is called for it. And a chance to complete a three-point play, a chance to make this a one-point game. The Tigers are an excellent free throw shooting team. Express Employment says find your next career path with just a phone call to Express Employment Professionals. They have locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. No matter where you are in central Wisconsin, save yourself time. Find your next employer. Go online, expresspros.com. Lemoyne now has 10, 1-point game, 120 and counting to play in the first half. Yeah, again, boy, the Tigers would feel like they're sitting pretty if they could somehow get a lead at halftime. Marcus Hall here. 1 minute to go in the half. Hall picks it up, cut off, back out. Ebersol open, but he was a step behind the arc and left it short. You bet the Tigers can take a lead here. 50 seconds to play until halftime. Looks like they're running offense. They're not pulling this out for a final shot. Tigers have momentum in the closing moments of the first half. Off a screen, Neve, tough, two-pointer, no good. Rebound to the Evergreens, 35 seconds. I think Everest with a 1-point lead is going to hold for a final shot. 30 seconds and counting down. And the Evergreens could use their 30. They haven't called a timeout so far. This is over to McFarlane. 15 seconds now, just about go time. McFarlane drives in, cut off foul line, extra pass in traffic. Nice feed down low to Studeman. The sophomore's got 10. Evergreens by 3. There's 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Marshfield's got to put this up. We'll count if it goes, and it's at the buzzer. Good for Brooks Hinson. A 1-point game at halftime. So you'll be back for the second half, right? How does this one end? Evergreens have a lead at halftime, 32-31, and it's been a very entertaining first half of basketball. We're brought to you by Foundation Finance. Now's your chance to work with a company that really understands growth. Foundation Finance has grown every year since 2012 with great full-time and part-time positions. Start a job making the money you need, flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, and full-time benefits that start from day one. Learn more at foundationfinance.com. I think since we had only one timeout, we'll take a commercial and then have Coach on a couch when we come right back. We'll be back after these messages as the dance team comes onto the floor to entertain here at the Fieldhouse. DC Everest 32, Marshfield Tigers 31 at halftime on Zaleski Sports.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Today's Coach on the Couch is sponsored by Fleet Farm. Get the lowest Black Friday pricing at Fleet Farm. Find deals on fleetfarm.com starting at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, visiting today with DC Everest Evergreens boys basketball coach Oliver Drake. Coach, this is normally the time in the interview I ask how many years you've been the coach with the Evergreens and what keeps you coming back, but this is a little bit different. First-year coach, so congratulations. Welcome to the Evergreens family. So tell us a little bit about your coaching background and then why DC Everest basketball.
Yeah, well, thanks for the welcome, and we're excited to partner with you. I've enjoyed watching your work from afar.
It says here,
football
please
program
update the score on your scoreboard.
First and
From
foremost,
Jason.
excited to partner
The right
with you
score
for
up there?
basketball season. But I was born in Wisconsin, born at Marshfield, Wisconsin. Raised all my life in Millsville, Wisconsin. My wife is from Cedarburg, Wisconsin, so a big why on why we're back in the state is family, and so we're excited to be back in the state of Wisconsin, closer to family. Number two is I've spent the last 19 years in collegiate basketball. I was head coach the last 12 years at two different institutions in the Midwest, and there just comes a point in your time where we're raising kids, and we wanted to find the right fit to set down some deep roots. So when the DC Everest job opened, we were looking to make a move back to Wisconsin, and it just seemed like a really good place to combine both personal, family, and work. And so that's why Everest. It's been a great transition. We're really, really excited to be here and excited to get things rolling from a basketball standpoint.
Evergreens fans already know this about me. They hate it about me. I'm a 1993 graduate of Marshfield Senior High School. I always say Roll Tigers, but we're happy to have everybody in the mix now, and I think everybody's like you have enjoyed being part of what we do around here. So looking at last year's team, a good basketball team. It looks like you've been left in pretty good shape, handed the keys to a pretty nice car, as a matter of fact. Looking through last year's film and stats and stuff like that, what did you know about last year's boys basketball team?
Well, the cool thing now, versus when you and I were playing, is videos available. So, not only can you look at the stats, but most important, you can see, what your eye test tells you in that video, and getting it, really digging into their film from last year. And you're right, we've been left a good situation. Obviously, I think we have one of the best players in the entire state in Marcus Hall. His skill set is second to none in the entire state. His work ethic matches his skill set. We have another really good senior, Connor McFarland, and then a guy coming fresh off the football field having an outstanding year with a ton of upside as Armin Sangster. So we have three really good seniors, coupled with a lot of good underclassmen. So we're excited about our group. Certainly we have a lot of work to do. We know that. But from last year, I'm not too concerned about last year. We're just really focused on now. We're focused on anytime you're implementing a new system, there's a lot of teaching that needs to take place. And that's really what we're dialed into right now, is really teaching our system, getting our guys to understand not just what we want to do, but most importantly, why we want to do those things, and then how it'll look and what we'll get from it when we do all those things. So excited about our group. We got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, visiting with first-year boys basketball coach Oliver Drake, DC Everest Evergreens. All right, so we talked about Marcus. He was 5th in the state in scoring last year. The team was 11-13 last year, a first-round playoff exit. So coming into this year, I know you mentioned the new system, but is it a matter of, Marcus, he's just going to, go out and do his thing. He's a joy to watch, averaging 30 points a game. Does it need to be more even than that, or should Marcus still, is he still going to lead the team in scoring, and you're going to have to incorporate some other stuff to be better or one step better than 11-13?
Yeah, number one is Marcus going to continue to lead us in scoring. That's not going to be any secret here. And I think Marcus is willing to do whatever it takes to have team success. So I don't think he's too concerned about his points per game. Obviously, everybody knows he can score it, in every which way. I think the biggest thing is not a scoring issue with what we do. It's got to be a defensive rebounding issue. And that's where we really got to get dialed in. We really got to be way more consistent and play with more urgency on the defense. of end and from a rebounding standpoint. So offense certainly was not an issue for them in the past. I don't see that being an issue for us present. What we're really addressing is the things that take no talent. And it takes no talent to get in the stands. It takes no talent to move on airtime, to have hands and feet, to do all those tough things. But it's hard. And it takes no talent to get in the mixed rebound. It takes no talent to put a body on body. But it's hard to consistently do these things. So we're really focused on the things that you control day in and day out. And so hopefully we can, and hopefully our fans will see some progress in those areas, because that's really what separates good teams from great teams and okay teams from bad teams, is that deep.
Welcome back to the DC Everest Fieldhouse. I'm Chris Conley. Evergreens led by as many as 10 in the first half. Marshfield got it down to 1 on Hinson's basket at the buzzer underneath. Tigers will get the ball to start the second half, so we could have an early lead change on our first possession. Basketball is sponsored by Elite Auto Care, where Schofield, Weston, and Wausau turn for local family-owned auto service you can trust. Major and minor repairs, foreign and domestic vehicles, look to Elite Auto Care, Schofield Avenue, Schofield. All right, so both teams have their go-to players. Marcus Hall has 8. Luke Lemoyne for the Tigers has 10. And you know what? Both teams in the first half really featured a balanced scoring attack. Lemoyne 10, Brooks Hinson with 8. Marcus Neve? Yeah, I was only wrong for the first half. I'll have it right for the second half. He's got 6. 3 for Sam Meverden and 2 apiece for Owen Henson and Landon Lee. Tigers hit 3 threes, 2 for 2 from the foul line, and 4 turnovers. Evergreens are led by Casey Studeman, who's got 5 baskets, 10 points, 4 of them on assists from Marcus Hall, who has 8. Colin Ebersold also has 8 and 3 each for Connor McFarland and Cohen Preby. Evergreens with 4 threes, 2 for 3 from the foul line, and 4 turnovers. Teams will be on their benches as the halftime shoot-around is coming to a close. We're brought to you by Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com and find an agent near you. Culligan Water says, get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water, CulliganH2O.com. Yeah, the Tigers had momentum towards the end of the half. The Evergreens built their lead in the middle stages of the first half. Well-played game. Again, these look like, I would think the 3 teams that are going to compete amongst themselves for the Valley Conference title this year are the 2 teams in front of us tonight, Marshfield and Everest. Marshfield's the defending champs. Got a lot of players back from that team. Evergreens, Marcus Hall, you're in every game when you got the best player on the floor, and that's usually Marcus. And I think Spash will be in the conversation. Maybe Wausau West is good enough to put a loss or upset one of these teams. Tigers get the ball to start us. Second half brought to you by Auto Select of Weston, Schofield Avenue, with dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance at Auto Select. You're good to go. Auto Select, Schofield Avenue, Weston. Whistle sounds, plays in. Braxton Kurth handles for the Tigers. Half-court man-to-man to the Evergreens. And there's Lemoyne. Thinking about that 3. Again, a basket gives us a lead change on this opening possession of half number 2. Tigers look to drive in. That's good defense there by McFarland. Cut him off. Hall on Lemoyne. Neve's got it now. Neve has taken some tough shots. Some of them almost ill-advised, but some of them went down in the first half. Good defensive set for the Evergreens. Looking to drive into the rim, got a foul. Free throws coming up. Braxton Kurth will shoot them. Connor McFarland has picked up his first. Nobody's in foul trouble. No one has more than 1 foul through the first half. So that's nice. Both coaches will have their full personnel as we go through this second half. First free throw is a miss. So regardless of what happens here, the best we'll have is a tie. No lead change yet. Kurth, senior, looking for his first points of the night. And there it is, a friendly roll. And we've got a shiny new one, 32-32. Marcus Hall will bring it up. Neve on him. Over to Studeman. Big first half for the sophomore, 10 points. Hall's calling for the ball down low. Over Neve, but far away, back out. Thinking about that three, the Evergreens will reset. Ebersol didn't have his feet set. McFarland got his defender up in the air, but no shot. Ebersol again thought about hoisting from the far side wing. Yeah, this is a good defensive set for the Tigers. Priebe. Hall roams to the strong side. Marcus Hall wants that ball lobbed over the top to him. You can get it over Lemoyne. There it is, back out. Yeah, both teams come out with strong defense after the halftime break. 3 ball, round and out. And a loose ball foul on the Evergreens. Evergreens took a long time for that 3. It was open, so it's not a bad shot, but it's a miss. Studeman is the first player to 2 personal fouls. And 16 minutes to go in our ball game. Neve, 3 ball for a lead change short. Rebound to Ebersol of the Evergreens. Yeah, he was open, so that's not a bad look. Just didn't go down. Ebersol now to the wing. And Hall's a little bit frustrated now, kind of bottled up. He's on the low blocks. Priebe's got it, pulls it back out. Ebersol, now Studeman. Hall roams and turned over on a bad pass. So the Evergreens still have no points since halftime. We're 2.5 in. Baseline, that was a travel. Now that's blocked from behind. Marcus Hall swats that away. All ball. Hall, Tigers are back defensively. Hall looks to drive and then dishes off. Priebe. Evergreens work the wing. Hall thought about the 3, drives in, and a block. Free throws coming up for Marcus Hall. Imperial Industries says when you join the team at Imperial Industries, you're joining a family, the leading manufacturer of welded tanks, silos, and vacuum tanks and trucks. Apply today and take advantage of extensive benefits, including great pay and a family atmosphere. Luke Lemoyne on Marcus Hall. Picks up his second, and Marcus Hall makes his first free throw. And that brings Marcus Hall to 10 points. Tigers haven't led since the opening possession of the game. Come close. Driving into the rim, that hit the underside of the rim, but it's picked up, and Owen Hansen scores. Ties us up again. Marshfield sets up full court pressure. And the Evergreens have the 2 free throws from Marcus Hall, but Everest has not put up any points from the floor 3.5 minutes into the second half. Hall, Neve, fading backwards off the front of the rim. Got his own rebound, follows the miss, and puts it home. Marcus now becomes high man for the game with 12. And turned over. It's kind of a funny spinning pass, and Marcus Hall points off the turnover. So Hall is starting to assert himself. He's up to 14. For the first time in a while, the Evergreens have what's more than a 1-possession lead in this game. Down low, in traffic, extra pass, cut off under the cylinder. Marshfield goes out, 3 ball, open, short off the front rim. Hall, just taller and stronger, gathered in the Braxton Kurth miss. Boy, this is kind of an interesting spot for Marshfield where you need a defensive stop. Tigers have tied the game twice since halftime. And now the Evergreens about to stretch this out to a 3-point lead, barring a turnover, which they just did. We're sponsored by Nicolet Bank, personal banking at its best. Locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, Colby, Edgar, Medford, and Merrill. Learn more at nicoletbank.com. That was a rotten time for a turnover. The Evergreens are trying to reestablish a lead. They just were not careful with the basketball. 3 ball on a quick release. It's good for Brooks Hinson. That's his 3rd 3 to lead all scorers. Tigers want a timeout in what is now back to a 1-point game. We'll take a break too. This is high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
In any business, you ride the line between numbers and people. It takes balance. CLA, CPAs, consultants, and wealth advisors will get you there.
Your Clifton Larson Allen office is in Wausau, Stevens Point, Marshfield, and CLAconnect.com.
I'm telling you right now, this has the feel of a game that's going to be decided possessions down the stretch. Yeah, we've got 13-17 left, so forever to get there, but that's the way this one feels. Marcus Hall has all 6 of the Evergreens' points since halftime. It's a 1-point game, and the Tigers may have wanted that timeout to set up the full court pressure, which the Evergreens break. McFarland got it across the timeline. Here's Preby. Preby got a screen, runner, and no finish. Neve gets the rebound. Tigers can take the lead with points, this time down the floor. Neve back out. That was an open 3, a pass driving, and free throws coming up for Braxton Kurth. Kurth didn't have anyone within 2 steps of him behind the arc, so he could have let that one fly and didn't. Connor McFarland is called for his 2nd foul. It's the team's 3rd. Kurth misses the first free throw. His last trip to the line, if he got them both, would have given Marshfield the lead. Instead, he got 1 out of 2. That tied the game, and here he is in the same spot again. Missed that one, too. So that's an empty trip down the floor, and McFarland gets the rebound. Evergreen's lead still 1. Marshfield's come close, but they have not gotten over the hump in this game. Hall sets the high screen. McFarland. Now, Ebersold was open if they got him the ball faster. Marcus Hall splits defenders in traffic, bumped around. Studeman can't hold it. That's a 3rd turnover in the second half for the Evergreens. Another chance for Marshfield to take the lead. Looking to drive in Hinson, double-teamed, cut off. Gets it back out to Luke Lemoyne. Yeah, why not have your best player take the shot here? And that would be Lemoyne, who only got 1 touch. Nivy in traffic, baseline 3. This would be a lead change if it's good, and it is. Braxton Kurth. So Tigers have their first lead in forever, 40-38. On the 3. 12 minutes to go. Here's McFarland. Ebersol was looking for Studeman down low. Hall surveys. Corner, Preby, 3. That may have been partially blocked. Someone got a fingertip on that. It goes down anyway. Preby hits the 3, so we trade leads as both teams hit 3s at either side of the floor. 41-40 Evergreens, 11:44 to play in the game. Back after this break on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
For years, our Store Innovations customers told us they love our countertops, but only wanted to deal with one company for their entire kitchen project. Well, we've heard you. So now Store Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen with the same high quality products, selection, expertise we've been giving you for years. And now we can give you that brand new kitchen in just 1 week. After sitting down with our designers, picking out cabinets, countertops, and flooring, it will only take us 1 week to install everything. Stone Innovations, new kitchens in just 1 week.
During that timeout, Everest coach Oliver Drake spent more time talking to the 2 officials than he did with his team. Only just a moment ago as he joined them back in the huddle. We thank our game day sponsors, Era Pancakes, Merrill Iron and Steel, and the Jamie Schley American Insurance Agency, American Family Insurance. Thank you, Jamie Schley, longtime sponsor for these Zaleski Sports broadcasts. Tigers get the ball, and the Evergreens will set up half court, man-to-man defense. For almost all of this second half, it's been a one-possession game. Evergreens went up by 4 for just one trip down the floor. Luke Lemoyne, leading scorer for the Tigers in the first half, has not scored in the second. Off to Neve and back out. Kurth drives in traffic, fell down, turned over. He's going to travel anyway. So Tigers turn the ball over out of the timeout. Marcus Hall. 14, driving, make it 16. Marcus Hall. And under 11 minutes to go in this one. From the baseline, 3, that's a tough shot and a miss for Hansen. Tipped out, Ebersold, rebound for the Evergreens. Looked like the Tigers were going to retrieve that long miss. Extra pass down low. Studeman is fouled as he received the ball. I think this is going to be non-shooting. Yeah, Studeman looked to kick that ball out, so this is non-shooting. They're going to say he was pushed from behind. Braxton Kurth called for the foul. His first, team second. And Everest will inbound underneath with a 3-point lead. To the corner, Preby. Studeman, hop, step, and stops, and now has to get out of the lane. Hall sets a high screen. Marshfield defender fought through it. Now give it to Marcus Hall, who looks to create against Neve. No look pass, threads the needle to Casey Studeman. Another assist for Marcus Hall. 5-point lead for the Evergreens, biggest since halftime. No panic for the Tigers, still a close game, but the Tigers really need a productive trip down the floor here. Lemoyne's got it. Studeman flashed out on him, so that was senior on sophomore, and gives it up to Neve. Fancy with the dribble, that's a tough shot, and Neve makes it go down anyway. I don't think I've seen a player in this game who has forced more shots, but has gotten more of them to go than Neve. 3-point game. 9:45 and counting. This is Preby with the dribble cross court. Down low, Studeman. Studeman's got a height advantage here, but goes back out. Yeah, Studeman's made a living tonight sliding to the low blocks when Marcus Hall is driving. Hall's found Studeman a lot tonight. Hall back out, open. Ebersold left him alone, and he makes him pay. Ebersold's just hit his third 3 of the night. 48-42. So the Evergreens, Marshfield gets a 2, Evergreens hit a 3, and the lead grows a little bit wider, 6 points. Does Marshfield have an answer? Yeah, that didn't look good right off the hands of Lemoyne. Hit the front of the rim, wasn't lined up properly. Ebersold, rebound for the Evergreens. So Collins been productive, hits the 3, gets the board. Can the Evergreens open this thing up again? On the floor, loose, and the Evergreens barely save it. Out to reset, McFarland. Foul line extended. Ebersold tried to feed Marcus Hall inside into a tight spot. Off Neve, Evergreens will inbound. 6-point lead. In traffic to Preby, and now the Evergreens have McFarland in the corner. Marcus Hall roams down low, gets the ball on the overplay, kicks it back out. It's a bad pass. Came in too hot for Preby to handle. Evergreens have turned it over 4 more times in the second half to Marshfield's 1. Chance to widen that lead, and the Evergreens didn't get a look at the basket. So now you got to tighten down the defense. Can the Tigers inch a little closer? Neve down low, got Preby on him, back out. 3-ball, Lee off the bench. He's fouled, and it's good. It's a chance for a 4-point play. Lee, who gave the Tigers a basket off the bench in the second half, hits the 3 and will get to the free throw line too. And McFarland has committed his 3rd foul. Yeah, that's how you let your opponent right back in the game. The basket makes it a 3-point game, and the free throw makes it a 2-point game. Landon Lee with a 4-point play. 8 minutes to go. Maybe that's a big moment. Evergreens could have stretched their lead down to 8 and turned the ball over and then give up a 4-point play. Yeah, that's a big swing in this game, and the Evergreens have turned it over again. That's a high pass out of bounds. And Everest needs a timeout to discuss ball security. Tigers are back in this. They trail by 2, and they'll get the ball back when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Welcome back. Tigers get the ball out of the timeout in what's now a 2-point game. So make a note at the 8.5-minute mark. The Evergreens had a 6-point lead and had the ball. They turned it over. Marshfield comes down the other end. Landon Lee hits a 3, and he was fouled and made the 3-point play. So what could have been an 8-point lead for the Evergreens got this back down to a 1-point game. It's a big swing in a game that's been played pretty close here in the second half. We're sponsored by Stone Innovations, their Winter Blitz sale. With the purchase of a new countertop, get a free installed stainless steel sink or 10% off tile backsplash, including labor. Discounts on flooring, too. The Winter Blitz sale at Stone Innovations or online, stoneinnovations.net. Nivy dishes it off. Lee, wow, he palmed that ball and no call. He gets it back. Meverden came in during the timeout. He just got a touch on the near side wing. Evergreens looking to tighten up the defense. High, arcing 3, missed everything. Ball's knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it's off the Evergreens. No, they're going to change it. They're going to change it and give it to the Evergreens. That's the right call. It was out off the Marshfield player. So Marshfield with a chance to retake the lead. They've led by only 1 for 1 possession in the second half. And the Evergreens' McFarland brings it into the front court. Over to Preby. Back to McFarland. And here's Marcus Hall. Will Hall drive? Nope. Over to Preby. And Hall's high pass turned it over on his last touch. Yeah, nobody's perfect, even the great ones. Marshfield's looking to trap when the ball goes into the corner. Studeman, there's the double team, so someone's got to be open. And I think the Evergreens are taking a timeout. Yep, didn't want trouble in the corner. We'll take a timeout, too. Everest leads by 2. They have the ball. 6:47 left when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
A fun Friday night of high school basketball. I'm Chris Conley. Evergreens and Tigers have been giving us a good one. Evergreens have the ball out of the timeout. Everest has 2 timeouts remaining for the 6:45 and counting left in the game. Hall, Neve cut him off. Marcus has been playing good defense. He's been on Marcus Hall for most of the night. Off the screen, McFarland, 3-ball, good. That's a big make for the Evergreens. McFarland hits his second 3 of the night. Stretches it back out to 5. So see if the Tigers have an answer. 6 minutes till final horn. Neve got Preby on him. He's separating with that elbow. Not called. Back out. Neve gets it again. tough spinning shot and hits the side of the backboard. Got a foul on a putback. Free throws are coming up for Brooks Hinson. Yeah, again, Neve, he'll hoist from anywhere. That one was ill-advised. Teammate bailed him out, got an offensive rebound. Casey Studeman is called for his third foul, fifth on the Evergreens. Here come 2 free throws. Good. Brooks Hinson now has 12 for the night. Luke Lemoyne, Tigers' best player, not heard from in the second half. So that's 12 minutes of second half basketball. Lemoyne's quiet. Other teammates have been picking him up in a 3-point game now. 6 minutes to go, a 1-possession ball game between the Evergreens and Tigers. Yeah, get ready. Strap on your seatbelt or your crash helmet for what's going to be a good finish tonight. And there's a turnover on a tip. Back the other way, a foul and a basket. Lead change. Well, a chance at the lead change or a chance to tie this up. Neve scores. McFarland has picked up his 4th foul, and this would tie the ball game. And a friendly roll for Neve, who now has 11. Tied up again, 51-51, and 5:40 and counting to break it. Let's see, do the Evergreens still have McFarland on the floor here? Yes, he does, and it's another turnover. The Evergreens, that's a high, lazy pass, and the Tigers make him pay. There's Lemoyne with his first points of the second half. Tigers by 2. Boy, the turnovers in the second half have been hurting the Evergreens. Marcus Hall to the corner with the 4 fouls, almost turned over again. Studeman back out, open 3, Preby, that's blocked into the Everest bench. Neve. Coach Oliver Drake telling his team, settle. Into Hall, Neve guards him. Back to Hall, thought about that 3. Preby, 3-ball, lead change again. Preby for the Evergreens, who's hit 3 times now from behind the arc. 54-53, Everest, back and forth we go. 4:45 and counting. The Evergreens have no more fouls to give, so the next whistle against Everest puts Marshfield in the bonus, and that's a whistle. Yeah, bonus coming up here. Ebersold reached in. Free throws coming up, and the Tigers are a good free throw shooting team. 7th team foul on the Evergreens. Tigers have only been whistled twice in the second half. Brooks Hinson will go to the free throw line in a 1-point game. Student section gets loud, trying to distract Hinson. 1-and-1, it's a make. He'll get 1 more. Tigers on top for the moment. Marcus Hall brings it into the front court. Preby. Boy, Preby's had the hot hand when the Evergreens have needed it. Down low, Ebersold, he's double teamed. Got to find somebody else. Ebersold in traffic. Got a timeout. They're going to say jump ball to the Evergreens. Coach Oliver Drake was screaming for a timeout over on the bench and didn't get it. Instead, the Evergreens will keep it, but the possession arrow will change to the Tigers for the rest of the game. Into Ebersold, knocked out of play. It'll stay with the Evergreens. All the way into the backcourt to Preby. And here's Marcus Hall. They switch off now. Lemoyne is on Hall now. Hall, nice pass down low. He feeds Studeman again. So Marcus Hall may be below his average tonight, but boy, he's feeding, dishing, and surrounding everyone, making him better. Evergreen's back by 1, 3:45 left in the game. Lee giving the Marshfield Tigers some sparks off the bench. Lemoyne in traffic, came in hot, no good. Ball's loose on the floor, and we're going to have a jump ball. Tigers will keep it, and the Evergreens will get the possession arrow back for the time down the stretch. 3:35 left in the game. Tigers down by 1. They have possession, and they get it in underneath. In traffic to Lemoyne, who shook loose from his defender and scored. It's like we're getting a lead change every time down the floor here. Tigers by 1, 3.5 to go. Hall. Back to Preby, open again for a 3, no good. And the Tigers make it a one-and-done trip. It's a big rebound for Meverden. Tigers have led only by 1 3 times in the half. So the Tigers have just not been able to get any separation from the Evergreens. Lee's got it. Under 3 minutes to play in the game now. Neve in the corner. And McFarland with 4 fouls is on the floor guarding Neve. Again, as free a shooter as you'll see in the entire conference. Evergreens tightened up the defense. Lee cut off foul line extended. To the baseline, Lemoyne with Hall on him to the rim, scores. Luke Lemoyne, who's been quiet for much of the half, has asserted himself the last 2 times down the floor. Tigers by 3, 2.5 left in the game. Hall gets it back. Preby. Boy, they're playing Hall soft. Open, Preby, you could tell that was going to be off Marcus Hall, a rare offensive rebound for the Evergreens. Hall feeds down low to Studeman. Hall's got 9 assists in the game. Back to a 1-point game, and there's 2 minutes left. Tigers want a timeout. No, they're going to say that Hall just fouled Lemoyne. Hall can't believe it. It's his first. 1-1 in a 1-point game. We're brought to you by Whitetail Properties, the best in recreational or hunting properties in Wisconsin. Call Brian Resch with Whitetail Properties. Share your goals. Brian can tell you where and how to make them a reality. Live on a miss. It's a miss, and the Evergreens get the ball. Tigers by 1, Trees with the ball, and the clock's winding down, 1:40. Hall, double team, back out, 3-ball open, McFarland off the back bracket. Neve gets the rebound loose, and out of bounds, a foul on Neve. Evergreens are going to keep the ball, it's non-shooting. Call Whitetail Properties at 715-213-4468. 715-213-4468. That foul is on Neve. Evergreens down by 1. They've got the ball. 90 seconds left to decide this game. Now McFarland's got it. Again, McFarland's been on the floor for an extended period of time with those 4 fouls. Evergreens have wanted their personnel, regardless of what the foul's driving, missing. Hall can't believe there wasn't a foul called there. Tigers, 1-point lead still good, and they've got the ball. 105, 104, 103. One more 1-1 before the Tigers go into the double bonus. Neve's got it. Tigers playing keep away and a foul. No, Tigers will take a timeout. Tigers will take a timeout. There's 56 seconds left in a 1-point game. Like we
when
said,
buying
we're
or
going
selling
down to the
land,
wire in
the
this one.
biggest
We'll see
decision
how
you
it
make
ends
is
when we
choosing
come
your
back on Gillespie
representation.
Sports.
Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Tigers lead by 1. They have the ball. Should there be a tie-up, the arrow points to the Evergreens. And Marshfield still has one more 1-1 before going into the double bonus. I mean, however you look at this, the Evergreens are still likely to possess the ball at least one more time in a one-possession game. So this game could just slide either way with under a minute to go. Tigers will inbound. Tigers have turned the ball over only twice in the second half. Boy, that's been a key to getting this lead. Brooks Hinson, who's a good free throw shooter, he's 4 for 4. Double team him, picked up his dribble over to Neve, and now over to Landon Lee. Clock's winding down, 45 and still counting. Neve has it. While Meverden could have driven into the basket. Instead, Marshfield wants to run more time off the clock. And now a whistle and now a foul. They'll put Lee on the foul line. 1-1. If the foul is on McFarland, and it is, Connor McFarland is out of the game. 6 points. Owen Sayol. The Evergreens have not used the deep bench tonight. Sayol comes in. McFarland had a three-pointer in the first half and a three-pointer in the second. And here's Landon Lee. 6 points tonight and 1 for 1 from the foul line. This is a 1-1 live on a miss. It's a make. Lee's just a sophomore, so this is a big spot. 33 seconds left in the game. Tigers by 3. Evergreens don't have to pop a 3 here, although they've been good from behind the arc today. Into the front court, got to reach in. That's a foul. Non-shooting. Foul's on Brooks Hinson. It's only the team's 4th. So more fouls to give. 25 seconds left in the game. The ball and down by 3. Into Preby in the backcourt, and the clock's moving again. Preby guarded closely to Marcus Hall. Hall looks to drive, extra pass down low. There's the 2, and the Evergreens call a timeout. 1 point game now. Casey Studeman has scored. Studeman has 18. 61-60. So after the Studeman make, the Tigers' lead is still good, and there are 16 seconds left. So the Evergreens can play for a steal. This will be Marcus Hall's smallest output of the season, 16 points, but he still played well. 9 assists for Marcus Hall. That's a lot for a leading scorer, my goodness. Tigers in the second half from the free throw line are 9 of 11. Beg your pardon, 9 of 12. Bottom line is the Tigers are a good free throw shooting team, and they're probably going to find themselves on the line before we get from the 16 seconds now down to all zeros. Evergreen set up full court pressure. They'll play for a steal. Tigers have the ball, lead by 1. Got to be careful with the possession here. And thrown all the way down the floor. All alone is Lemoyne. He scores. Evergreens have 1 timeout. They're going to play. 3-point game. 10 seconds. 9, 8. Need a 3 to tie. Marcus Hall reached in. He's fouled. Stops the clock with 6 seconds left. So the Evergreens will need a 3 to try and send this to overtime. And I think the Evergreens are using their final timeout. They will. Why don't we keep it right here with 6 seconds to go? So the Evergreens are going to draw up a play, probably a screen. You need a 3 to go down. Evergreens have led by as many as 10, but that was in the first half. Tigers have climbed the hill in this game. Lemoyne now leads all scorers with 18. And again, he hadn't scored in the first 12 minutes of the second half, and then has added a quick 8. So a final possession for the Evergreens that will tell the tale of tonight. Do the Evergreens stick a 3 and send us to overtime? Or if it doesn't go down, the Tigers will have a happy bus ride home tonight. Evergreens have Colin Ebersol, who's been a marksman, and Cohen Preby, also reliable from behind the arc. Marcus Hall usually can pop a 3 too. He's had none tonight. 6 seconds to go. Studeman to inbound. To Marcus Hall in traffic. Hall goes back out. Open 3. It's the sophomore off the backboard and no good. The Tigers win. It was an open look for Casey Studeman, who's had a lot of points tonight, 18, but misses at the buzzer. And that's how we end. Off the backboard, around the cylinder, and out, and the Tigers defeat the Evergreens. The final score is 63-60. That was a good basketball game tonight. Luke Lemoyne leads the Tigers to victory with 18. Big free throws down the stretch for Brooks Hinson, who is 4 for 4 from the foul line. And Landon Lee, the sophomore off the bench, had a 4-point play and was also 3 for 3 from the foul line. Congratulations to the Marshfield Tigers. Evergreens had a look at the buzzer from Casey Studeman. It did not go down, and that's how we end tonight. Oh, look at that. These teams will play each other again later in the season over at Marshfield's place. I think you may want to circle that on your calendar. Well, that wraps up our play-by-play coverage tonight as the Tigers beat the Evergreens 63-60. Up next, the Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy. Marshfield Curtis online at nasonvilledairy.com.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, nasonvilledairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey Farmers cheese, piece of cheese, Queso Blanco, Queso de Fleur, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Letta, Casseri, Cafflettieri, Capla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Cropping Central, conveniently located between Edgar and Stratford on County Road N, 715-352-2843. Let Cropping Central take care of your field plans, yield mapping, crop scouting, and crop protection, including hail insurance. Cropping Central, 715-352-2843, and visit them on County Road N, west of Edgar.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
At Auto Select, we have one goal, to be your choice for repair, service, and tires.
We know how important your vehicle is to you. That's why we put your needs first. Our employees are not just well trained to fix your vehicle, they're skilled in providing the very best in customer service and exceeding expectations. Get the trusted service you deserve, as well as free loaner vehicles, 3% Auto Select rewards, and a nationwide warranty at our 11 convenient locations.
At Auto Select, you're good to go. At
Missed a heck of a decent game. Well, you know where I live, Mark. Just don't go up the front steps for icy. Come through the garage.
Yeah, Coach.
Looking for Fisher?
Hi. Can I have you?
Probably want the other coach.
Okay. Where is he? Point him. Yeah.
He's up at right here, coming straight across.
Very good. Thanks so much. Coach, can I have you for a minute?
Sure.
So you got to do double duty, but it's double duty.
Okay. I'm in a better mood.
Let's wait till I got to this heads up. Coach, congratulations on the win. I thought your team kept coming. It took a couple of trips down the floor to finally get over the hump, but they didn't give up.
Yeah, you're right on that. We were behind pretty much the entire game, and I don't know exactly what point it was that we got the lead, but once we got the lead, I thought our energy picked up, and everyone we played tonight contributed. Even the guys we didn't play, our bench was fantastic with their energy. It was a really good win for the program tonight.
Yeah, I mean, look, Lemoyne's had great games so far this season, and I mean, he was bottled up, didn't score for the first 12 minutes of the second half, and still got his other guys picked up the slack.
Yeah, we were really balanced offensively tonight, and when we can have 5 guys on the floor, put 5 guys on the floor that are threats offensively, it makes us tough to guard. You mentioned Luke. He was really good tonight. Marcus Neve, Brooks Hinson. I thought Landon Lee and Sam Meverton off the bench gave us energy. Landon was really good at attacking the paint and getting to the teeth of their defense, so it was a really good quality win.
I thought that Lee's moment was the turning point in the game. Everest had the ball by 6 and turned the ball over. Could have gone up by 8. And then he hits the 3 and he's fouled. That was a big swing in a game that was really tight in the second half.
Landon is going to be a big-time player for us, I think. There's a lot of basketball skill. There's a lot of basketball knowledge. And the kid, he's a competitor. And he was really good tonight when we needed him the most.
Yeah, thought that was a big moment in a really tight game. Coach, congratulations. Happy bus ride home.
Thank you. Roll Tigers.